record on this computer. Here we go. Wireframes from our sketches. So create wireframes from your sketches. So everything you do from your sketches, we're now refining to be an actual wireframe in Adobe XD. This assignment will challenge you to come up with where your content will be on each page working in pixels. As well, you'll define interactive elements on your page like buttons, image links, sliders, etc. So here's what you need to do. You might have already confirmed that in your sketches, but like I said, now we're getting into the actual pixels of where things are going to go. So here's what we need to do. We're going to start by creating our wireframe. So we're going to use Adobe XD. We're going to create a wireframe using this specific size here. I'll be showing you that in the tutorial in a moment. Nice and easy, you don't need to put any actual dimensions, and you can select that exact size. Clearly define each page, section, and interactive element. Create/place actual headline text for the individual sections to indicate where text will go. You can use lorem ipsum for body copy. And then again, as we're doing on our sketches, we're doing here, we're going to use annotations in your presentation where it's necessary to call out what each element is. So in case it's not super clear in our wireframes, which should be somewhat clear, be sure to just go ahead and use those annotations. So here's a biggie, don't get details. So we're now going essentially on the computer, we're dropping the pencil, we're going at the computer, but we are still not getting detailed. While wireframes are a more detailed version of your sketches, you don't need to get caught up in our colors and our styles. So what we're thinking here is we're thinking we're using our black and grayscale, or we're using a blue monochromatic look, which I'll show you shortly. Again, we want to keep it somewhat generic. I know I always say like a broken record by saying whites and blacks, but this blue tone that I'll show you in our tutorial is quite common as well. All right, where are we? So I've replunked in our pages here, so our mobile app pages. So again, those should be outlined in our sketches, but you can revisit them here. This is exactly the same as what was on our sketches. So handing the assignment in. So once completed, you're going to export your wireframes as JPEGs or PNGs. I will do a separate tutorial on how we present. There's actually one already in the folder, but I'm not going to go over that today, just for example. Create a presentation by placing the JPEGs and PNGs and annotations where necessary, and then place them onto separate pages in InDesign. Just like I was just showing you with our sketches, we're going to just reinvent that, and we're going to essentially now, instead of saying sketches, we're going to say wireframes, and now we're going to plunk our wireframe JPEGs in there. Create a PDF, drop it in, and then I do also need your XD working file. So I'll show you how to do that later as well. So we're going to be marked on all of our sketches that were represented now in a wireframe, how we thought about our interactive elements. So again, things don't need to actually be interactive, but labeling them, talking through them, this is where this is key. So making sure our text is in there. So any headline text like I have, for instance, here, welcome, etc., that stuff should be in there. All images and graphics, positioning and sizing have been defined. They look good. They're placed with intention. Elements and sections identified. So again, we've got our headers. We've got forms laid out, or we've used our columns and our footer, et cetera, et cetera. And then last but not least, the overall look and feel. So like I said, this is where we get into a little more fun. So our wireframe, whoopsies, our wireframe tutorial. Gosh, I should really collapse these windows so I can zip through here quicker. Wireframe, so that's in 3.2, so technically should have been last week. We did the lecture, so we don't need to do that over again. I just had a little brain fart there. I was like, did we do lecture? So we did lecture. So I will, again, I apologize I didn't get those videos posted. I will get those done today. What I do want you guys to reference here. So here are a couple older demos. These will still help you. I'm going to do one today with you, and then I will re-record it because, as I believe Nazreen had said last week, it's true when I do a nice clean recording, there's no interruptions, less all of that stuff. But if you do want to jump ahead, there are the demos here. And these just gives you a few little quick and easy little tutorials and walking through the project. In our hand-in process, this is where that InDesign kind of demo and tutorials, so you can look at those there as well. These probably, again, I'm hoping to do some newer ones. These were done last semester. I'm hoping to do ones that are more relevant to your project, but the actual step-by-step is the same. So again, those are there if you do want them. So that's it for that. So I'm just going to stop that screen share and ask and open up to any questions. Ba-ba-bum.